Hello, Spirit House here. This message, I hope, inspires somebody. I just wanted to tell you that everything, you know, that that my enemies have tried to do to me throughout my life has God has turned into a blessing. It's amazing the mastermind, the beautiful genius of source, and how things turn out depending on how you view them and if you find the lesson in everything. I did not have an easy life. Most people, they have ebbs and flows, ups and downs, like good periods and bad periods. For a long time in my life, there was just no good period. It was like one thing after another. And at times I would get sad and look at it that way, but most of the time I couldn't afford to. I just had to keep going. But looking back, I've just realized like how every single situation that was meant to destroy me actually was a blessing in disguise. Like, my youngest son not being able to speak, being nonverbal, that's how I learned because he was so sick. Both of my children were so sick. I had to oh my gosh, spend $10,000 a month with vitamins and their in-home nurse and the therapy they needed or the medical treatment they needed. 10,000 a month just to keep them alive till they were like 12. And my youngest son is nonverbal, but I learned how to communicate telepathically through that. So that was like a blessing, because he was so sick and I would cry and I would want so bad for him to be able to tell me what was wrong, what was hurting, what he was feeling. And it used to break my heart. And I learned how to communicate telepathically with him through that time. And I'll always be able to communicate telepathically now with him. And so that was a blessing. And, like the fact that at the time, um, you know, autism wasn't widely accepted or known, so I didn't get any help from doctors. I got discriminated against a lot. And so I learned, I probably could have completed 3 medical degrees with the amount of information that I taught myself and learned. I joined medical sites like neuroimmune sites, and gastrointestinal sites. There's all kinds of things, and learned and read a lot of medical literature and learned medical language. And then I went to medical school for a while. I couldn't finish because I got really sick, but I did learn a lot. I learned a lot there. But and having to just all along the way, everything, I learned. I learned a huge amount from, and I became stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And every spiritual attack that was sent to me just made me immune. I mean, you throw so many spiritual attacks from all different types of practices like voodoo, Satanism, whatever, you become immune after a while. So what they meant to destroy me has blessed. I mean, I become blessed, and God has turned it in my favor in every single circumstance in my life. I mean, I look back and there's a blessing out of every single thing that was meant to destroy me. And that's my point. So don't give up. Try to look back and see, wow, that rejection was my protection, or this or that, whatever it is. There is something in there. And one thing that I've realized is that there's a lot of things that I see now that my ancestors, ascended masters, angels, and God do for me. I can see it on a daily basis, but there's so many times in my life when they acted on my behalf, and still are probably, and on all of our behalfs, where we'll never even know about it, where we could have been killed here, or this could have happened, but there was divine intervention in the matter, and we would never even know about it. There's so many times they act on your behalf and you don't even know, or you'll never know. And so we need to show gratitude and be so thankful that we're alive, because I would be dead like 1,000 times over, really. And there's times when I've been given superhuman powers in instances where I should be dead. And so I just want to point that out, and hopefully, help if you're going through a hard time. Just have faith, don't give up, and realize that everything is honing you to the superhuman that you're meant to be. Okay, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.